हरिः कन्ना।
So next we have the most important type of data. It's pretty complicated to handle. So that's a spatial data. This is the fifth type of non-rectangular data that we are gonna see. So that is a spatial data. So what is spatial data for us? Data that is associated with a geographic or spatial coordinates such as latitude and longitude. So this kind of data is known as a spatial data. Examples include maps, uh, satellite imagery, and GPS data. So now most of the high riding apps, high most of the ride hailing apps all uh, all are using this satellite data, and most of the ML applications which are working on agriculture or weather or defense applications related to these usages also using this spatial data. So let's look into the maps of a city or a region, and then we will look into the another examples. So now if you see a maps of a city, so let me click on this. So if I just click on this and it will redirect into the Karnataka map, and if I click on somewhere around here, so the Kolar and then Mulbagal, and this is a Bengaluru, so it will be redirecting to the some other map. So this here we are dealing with a lot of maps here. You see that this is a Bengaluru map. So this is how the map of a region or city or a state or country, and it will have at different levels. So this kind of data is also known as a spatial data, because this is all related, connected with the lats and longitudes of the Earth. Then we have the second tab, that's a satellite imagery for agriculture, weather, or defense application. So now let me get here. So if you see on this Google search, you can see the satellite imagery. So satellite imaging. So here satellite imagery for precision measurement. So this is satellite imagery for precision farming. Based on the satellite, we can predict the best area, an optimized area to do the farming, and data analytics using satellite imagery, and forestry with satellite imagery, and agriculture mapping with satellite imagery, and geo intelligence for agriculture from satellite imagery, and here satellite imagery broadband to create and understand the better place, and imagery and crop analytics. Again, this is for the crop analytics to find out the optimized place. Crop monitoring using satellite imagery, again the same application. Watch your agricultural profits using the satellite imagery, and boosting lending with satellite imagery, and many more applications that you can find out. Land plot in aerial view, this is again satellite imagery. Precision agricultural benefit. So if you see, there are a lot of applications and even you can find out the analytics of it. But for everything, what's the root? Again, the spatial data to do this all different types of applications. You see satellites for agriculture to do all this analytics, and then using this application, the root is a spatial data. That's what I want to show you. So of course you need to know about the spatial data before you work on these kind of applications. Okay. So, and one more type of application that we have here is GPS data for navigation or tracking purposes. Of course, everybody is using GPS. So that's the reason I don't need to show it again and again. So every time you use GPS to get into the unknown place, or if you do not know how to do that, how to navigate to that place, then we use a GPS on your mobile, either Google Maps or something, and you track that. So everything is possible because in every frame the lat and longitude is changing. So based on if you have precision data, precision lat and long at that location, so you will have a precision navigation path. If it is not there, in some places where you don't have the proper navigate proper lat long or mapped, in that case you don't get the proper precise navigation location. So this is GPS data we are widely using every time, we use for every moment. Wherever you want to move around, we use that. And similarly, survey data for geographic research for planning. So let me show you that lat long. So again, I'm using the same data. So if you take on this date here, you have a time series from April 1, so maybe uh, from March 25 till the recent one, April 1. On other side, you see the lat long. So if you just track it, where all it's moving, you can clearly find out. You can see that it's by and large it's at the close location, but this is also known as a this is also known as a spatial data, the latitude and longitude of space that we are tracking continuously. So this tabular data consists of a time series data as well as a spatial data, both together in one table. And this data has been received from a sensor from a vehicle. So that's the reason this is a time series as well as a spatial. So you can do a lot of analytics with this, and that too, this is IoT. It continuously sent me this data. This is a live tracked. These are all a live tracked data. So that's the timestamps you can see on here. This is the Internet of Things sensor that we have worked on. So these are the major applications, these are the measures sources of spatial data, and these are the with the spatial data as an input, as a resource, you can work on a lot of advanced applications such as agriculture, weather and defense forecasting, and navigation and tracking purpose, and survey data for the geographic research or planning.